Friday here on Kaplan and Crew, and it's Beer Friday. And I feel so good about Beer Friday because Grande Alejandro Padilla, hermano numero uno, has told me, and I'll never let him forget it, that this was my greatest idea ever, to drink beer on Friday afternoons with all the local San Diego breweries. And Alex said to me just earlier this week, something I've never heard him say before. And we've had all the big boys on, Ballast Point, Stone, you name it. We've had on smaller groups like Hess and Epic and Coronado, and we've had Thorn and so many other great, Belching Beaver, all these great breweries. I'm missing some, but they're all terrific. They're just phenomenal people.
Love you all.
Tremendous people. Love them. They're tremendous. They love me. Okay, so Alex said to me, though, this place today is my favorite brewery. Alex, take over, man.
Well, I'll tell you, this is how much I love fall brewing. You all know how serious I took COVID. You all know how serious I was about not going anywhere. Fall is the only place that I've been. Fall is the only place where I actually go, sit outside, have to eat at the food truck, and drink their beer. So to me, I mean, I'm North Park through and through. Browner, you live around here too. Fall is where it's at. So Fall is my favorite brewery.
Go ahead, Brown.
My favorite beer I've had at Fall was the one with the sprinkles in it. Glitter, I think it was in there.
All right, well, let's meet the sales manager from Fall Brewing. This is Larry. I'm going to try and say his last name. Larry Monasa Canyon.
Great job. Good job.
Yeah?
Very solid. Yeah, that'll work. Unless you with the Armenian inflection, then you got it. That works.
That's the white boy pronunciation?
Yeah, that works. That works.
What's the Armenian pronunciation?
Manatsaganyan.
Manatsaganyan.
There you go. Yeah, you're you should be hanging out with me in Glendale in LA.
So, Alex, we've got Larry here. He's the sales manager from Fall Brewing. You say Fall is your favorite, which I'm sure is going to piss off plenty of your friends in the beer business around San Diego. Why? Why do you love Fall so much?
Well, the beer is fantastic. The vibe is awesome. They're always playing good music. It's small. It's in my neighborhood. I love to support local as much as I can. Honestly, though, it's the vibe that I get at Fall. They're right next to Friendly Burger, which always helps.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like Fall came up out of nowhere. I love the small vibe of it, but the quality of beer tastes high end. So to me, it's just my favorite. It's hands down my favorite fall brewery in San Diego.
Well, that warms my heart. Thank you. It means that we're all doing something right when people say that. You know, I hear it once in a while, you know, from time to time, but I can't hear it enough because we all work really hard, and that's what we're looking for, is that our friends and fans and drinkers to feel that way about us.
You know what, too? It's crazy. I don't know how, but my closet is probably half Fall T-shirts too. I don't know what. Like, they make cool ass T-shirts. I'm wearing one under this hoodie. I should take it off and show you the back of it because they make cool shirts. It's like this punk rock style vibe. I don't know. I love it. I want to work there.
Yeah, it's something that is a part of our brewery. Is one of our owners, Dave Lively, in his former life. I mean, he's still a graphic designer and owner, but I mean, he's worked in the music world, in the extreme sports, you know, surf and skate. You know, that's kind of where he comes from. So a lot of our branding, our imagery, our graphics, our clothing is very inspired by the music and extreme sports world.
All right. So, hey, Larry,
and
tell
people
us.
vibe on it. They really dig on it.
Apparently so. Hey, Larry, tell us about how the beer business is going. And I ask it this way because every week it seems like when we talk to whoever it is, a CEO, a founder, a sales manager, a marketing manager, whoever is the guest each week for Beer Friday, everybody's got a story to tell as to what has happened in their business from, call it, March of early this year to where we are today in early December. What's happening for Fall?
Well, I mean, again, I'm waiting. Here's a prime example. I'm waiting to see what my job is going to be come Monday or Tuesday. Who knows when the next restrictions are going to come down that are impending, that are coming. But I mean, you know, back in March, you got to imagine we're a small brewery. We have like 15 tanks, 30 barrel fermenters, and they were all full when this happened. And we have to go, let's say 2 to 4 weeks at a time as far as like when we brew the beer and then what we do with it. We had to like change our business on a dime when everything went into shutdown. We were putting beer in packages, meaning bottles or cans, or putting them in crowlers or growlers. Immediately we had to change our model. And then when things opened back up, then we had to turn around and put stuff back into kegs so we could support our draft accounts. And then, all of our accounts are going from week to week. Accounts like bars and restaurants out there, they're going from week to week wondering if they're going to be buying beer from us or not. So we have to be very nimble. We've got to be ready to put beer in kegs at a moment's notice, or we've got to be ready to get stuff packaged into our distributor and out to retail stores or out the front door at a moment's notice. Same thing with our on-premise. I'm not sure if anybody's gone to our Instagram or Facebook. If you've been by Fall, we've got what's called the Punk Rock Patio. We never had outdoor seating before. So now we've got, 5 or 6 parking spots in front of our place where you can sit and you can have a beer if you order food from the food trucks. We've had to turn on a dime and we're trying to get covering over a patio or get heaters to adapt to the weather. So it's just, if I had to say one thing, it's adaptation and being able to be flexible and go with the.
Oh man, we got a little break up there with Larry. Got a small little break. He's on such a great roll.
I think one of the things that I've always appreciated is that food truck, man. Because whenever I go to Fall, like I said, I always get the dark beer. And when I started drinking that beer with the glitter in it, which I was skeptical at first, but I was like, wait a minute, this beer's got glitter in it. It can't be gross. I had to pair it with the food truck. So there's this, like you said, you guys are finding ways to change week to week to week. And we've got Gavin Newsom having dinners with 30 people with no mask, and he's changing the rules for business owners from week to week. So how do you cope with that? Like, how do you fight against that frustration like most other business owners out here right now?
Well, I mean, look, I could say Fall, Alex had mentioned before, we're a small organization. There's about 5 of us in management that we meet every Monday, and we just roll with the punches, And I love the fact that because we're a small organization, we don't have one person just say, okay, this is what we're going to do. We meet together and come up with ideas and strategies that are going to work the best for us. Like, okay, should we take this whole tank and put it in bottles? Should we take this whole tank and put it in kegs and store it away because it's going to be good for a while and wait for it to open up? How do we, offer a discount to our neighborhood? Like, how do we keep things new and fresh while still keeping our doors open? And, like I said, with everybody else, like everyone else, I don't know that we're really making money hand over fist right now. It's just a matter of like staying open, keeping alive, keeping our staff and employees paid, and trying to make it through this and survive. I mean, it's survival mode. What else? We're all in it.
Dude, you are so right. We're talking to Larry, who is the sales manager at Fall Brewing. His last name is Monat.
Canyon.
You stuck it the first time. Now you're stuck.
I know. Now I'm struggling because I wrote it down.
He gave you the phonetic breakdown. Mo, NASA, Canyon.
I know, and I wrote it down that way, and then I went to read it. I just looked down to try and read it, and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to screw this whole thing up. Larry Manasseh Canyon is the sales manager for Fall Brewing. He's on Kaplan and Crew on a Friday afternoon, a Beer Friday. So Larry, actually what you're saying is really resonating with me, just so you know. And I think probably it's resonating with most people who are in business around town. When we don't know what's going on and if we're going to get locked back down, and you see the governor who is at a fancy restaurant and no mask and sitting in close proximity to lots of people, all the things the governor has said not to do, he went out and did. And then yesterday he put out a tweet that was like, look, we're going on lockdown here for 3 weeks, but you know what? Go out and walk your dog, go to the beach, go skiing. And a lot of us are like, hey, dude, we're trying to stay in business here, and so it's a painful time. And I got to say, not just to you guys at Fall Brewing, but really to the entire craft beer business in San Diego, it's super impressive to listen to your stories every week about what we're doing to adapt, pivot, or die. And nobody's dying, everybody's surviving somehow.
Right. Well, I'm very grateful. I have to say it over and over again to people that come out and like Alex was saying, he loves our beer, loves our vibe, loves what we do. Like whatever iteration we are, like we really appreciate the fact that people are still buying our beer and supporting us. And I can't say it enough. And in whatever form. So like next week, if everything's on lockdown, I have to go out there and try to hit like every liquor store and every chain store, get as much packaged beer out there. In the meantime, we got to do fun and cool stuff to make people want to come to the brewery and at least take some beer to go. And we're doing really well safety wise, as far as gloves, as far as masks, as far as sanitizer everywhere, as far as like keeping stuff distanced. We've been called out on social media and stuff for how safe our customers feel when they come and get beer from us. And again, that means a lot to us when we get positive reviews. So out there, please come by the brewery. We're going to have good stuff for you where, we might have some deals. We want to give back as well as stay in biz.
Yeah, I'm feeling you, man. Everybody's trying to just stay in biz, battle through, bridge till we get to the other side of COVID and life hopefully goes back to some form of pre-COVID normalcy. Normalcy.
If that day ever comes, Larry, are you guys going to keep the punk rock patio? Because it was like the best thing that ever happened to you guys, I think.
From what I hear, a lot of the restaurants and bars that I go to around town, even after COVID, I think the ABC, the Alcohol Control Board in California, is going to allow these liquor license like dimension like extensions. Basically, the ABC is allowing us to do this,
right?
Because they dictate the dimensions of your liquor license, like where you can have booze. And what I'm hearing is they're going to allow this to happen even after. It's going to be an extended period of time. Like as soon as the vaccine comes out, they're not going to shut it down.
Yeah, because me and Browner keep railing every Friday. We keep saying that every Friday. Like we keep saying every Friday, me and Browner, like the stuff that you've allowed us to do with alcohol during COVID, good luck getting rid of it because this is awesome.
You can't take none of this back.
Right. I know. Like I drive by this one restaurant up in Cardiff all the time, and they have a big sign out front that says "Margaritas to go," and I'm thinking to myself, they're never taking that sign down. All right, so we're talking to Larry. He's the sales manager of Fall Brewing. Larry, I got to tell you, man, me and Browner have a very different palate than Alex here. Alex is a big IPA drinker, and Browner and I always find like more of the lighter beers to be the more enjoyable beers. But we've got 3 beers here today from Fall Brewing. Which one would you like us to try first?
By the way, excited because I have not had 2 of the 3 of these, which is rare for me to say at Fall.
Let's go with the 6th anniversary Schwartz beer or black lager. So back in early November, we celebrated our 6th anniversary being open, and we're kind of one of the breweries that's known for doing lagers. I mean, Plenty for All Pilsner is our flagship beer, our number 1 seller. From the time that our brewery opened, our brewery is purpose built for making lagers, both with reverse osmosis water and having lagering tanks. In my opinion, we do some pretty darn good lagers. So, if you're not familiar with this,
okay, hold on a second. We just lost Larry for a second.
It's a German style.
Hold on, Larry. Can you start that over? Because we lost you there for a second.
Wait, hold on, Larry. Time out. Because this is the new world of broadcasting and podcasting that we're living in. Everybody's reliant on Wi-Fi now. We had a little bit of a breakup. You were saying that the 6, which is the beer we're about to try, you said you guys are known for your lagers, but you said this is a black lager?
Yes. Yep. So, very much brewed like a Pilsner, German Pilsner malt, a lager yeast, cold fermented and all that. But what we do is we add, Caribbean and, Vienna malt to give it a little bit of very subtle sweetness.
Oh, look at the dance.
This comes from a malt.
Wait a second. Hold on. Larry's breaking up, but Browner, jump in here. Larry's breaking up.
Oh man, listen. This right here.
Carafa.
Listen. This right here. This 6 right here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is it. This is what I'm talking about, right? This is a winner. This is an award winner right here. You should put championships alongside here.
Wait, I got a question,
6.
Browner. Because we had this talk about why is it called Black Mountain? Why is it called Black Lager though? Like that. Yeah, what's up with that, JV?
Are you offended?
You offended?
Let me tell you something right now. I'm proud of this to be called Black Lager. They should change the name of this to Brother Man.
Well, Brown, I would say I see you're drinking out of the can. Pour it in a cup, and then you'll see why it's a black lager. You know, it is very dark beer, but it doesn't drink like dark beer, does it? It's not. It doesn't have that like bitterness. It doesn't have that chocolate. It doesn't have that like a stout or a porter. It just has a nice, very, very subtle dark malt character to it.
Yeah, it really does.
See, the thing is, Larry, is that if I were
called Carafa.
Larry, if I were going to go, and everybody bear with us because we're dealing with a little bit of Wi-Fi stuff, but if I were going to go someplace, I would never have the guts to go outside of my comfort zone and order something that I didn't know about called the black lager. But I got to say, I poured it. I can see it. It is a very, very smooth and easy drinking dark beer. Wow, it's really good.
Listen, this is like drinking a Miller Lite, but it's brown.
That is the perfect description. But it has a little bit more malt and a little bit rounder character. There's very subtle, if any, hop character. But again, this is a very classic German style that I think we did pretty well, and it very much typifies us as a brewery. We're kind of known for doing a really wide range of stuff between lagers, dark lagers, fruited sours, hazy beers, clear IPAs, big dark stuff. I mean, we have a pretty broad range, and this is one of the things for our anniversary. It kind of displays that.
All right, Alex, which is the other one you didn't have?
I'm gonna come in there and say, "Give me the Brother Man. I need a 6-pack of the Brother Man."
The Brother Man, I like it.
Alex, which is the other?
I've had this one. This is the one that I've had.
So
the next two I have not had. I had numerous amounts of these, so I knew what we were about to have last time I was at Fall.
This next one is really cool. I love the can, Larry. This is Not My Beautiful Wife Hazy Pale IPA with, I mean, this rainbow and this character spitting fire. Essentially, it's like a wolf in a wedding dress. It's a great can, dude.
So here's a prime example of Dave Lively, our owner. This is his graphic design. This is his branding. This is his name. But is anybody familiar with the band The Talking Heads?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Have the song Once in a Lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
Prime example how a lot of beers, the names and the branding and the stuff is derived by the culture and the music and the stuff that we really like. So, yes, this is a lyric from Once in a Lifetime by The Talking Heads.
This is not my beautiful wife. This is not my beautiful car. Yeah.
And then, look at the can too. It says, "My God, what have I done?"
Yeah. This is a great can. Okay, what do we know, or what should we know about This Is Not My Beautiful Wife, the Hazy Pale IPA, or the Hazy Pale Ale?
It's a very light malt bill. We do sneak a little bit of rye in there. Rye tends to dry beers out. So there, it once it ferments out, it helps with the dryness. And then the hops in there are very classic: Simcoe, Amarillo, Columbus. But it kind of gives you maybe a little bit of fruit, maybe a little bit of citrus, maybe a little bit of dank. When I say that dank, that cannabis type character in there. But this beer is clocking in at 6%. And because of the dryness and the, let's say, lower alcohol as far as our range of IPAs, we wanted to define this one as a hazy pale. Because a lot of our hazy IPAs go up into like the 7, 7.2, 7.4. We even have one that's 7.8. So I'm not going to...
Oh man, break up.
We made up our own style, but this is how we define this.
No, you're cool. Scott, I lied. I have had this one. The flavor, I just forgot the name, but the flavor I cannot forget because of the pale ale. Because I actually asked my buddy, why is it a pale ale instead of a hazy IPA? And you said it's due to the alcohol level of it.
A lot of that, but again, I don't even know if there's a defined style of hazy pale, but we wanted to call it that in our lineup because it's lighter in alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
We figure, let's say Sierra Nevada, they have their Sierra Nevada pale ale, and they also have, let's say, Torpedo.
Right.
The Torpedo being the IPA up in the 7s, and then you've got the pale ale down in like the 5.5s, 6s. That's in our lineup. Let's say we have Let's Go IPA is a West Coast IPA, and then we have Magical Malicious, which is our pale ale at 5.3, but they still have
favorite.
Enough hops in there.
This is really good. I mean, again, I'm more of a lager drinker that I've learned. This is really good. The Hazy Pale Ale. This is Not My Beautiful Wife. My God, what have I done? I love this can too.
Scott, so like, I know we got one more beer to get to, but now that you've like, what are we, like 12 weeks into Beer Fridays? You've had so many different types of beer. When you say I don't have the balls to go to a brewery and order a black lager or a hazy pale ale, are you now growing a set of balls to do it?
Here's what I'm doing. I'm becoming more adventurous, because you know what I would do is I'd go into a place and there'd be so many beers and so many types of beers, and I wouldn't know what to look at. So I just look at the numbers of alcohol percentage now. And I would always look for like something blonde, something that I thought would be light. Now I'm willing to try anything, because I really didn't like dark beer also. And so far, I really love this 6. This is delicious. All right, what's this next one? I'm just burping. Don't mind me. What's this next one? Intensified. All right, hold on, Larry. I think we lost Larry here for a second. Larry's been freezing as it is. All right, this one is the last one. Intensified.
This is going to be interesting because.
Well, let me give you another example. You said you would shop my.
Sorry, you're back now, Larry.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys hear me? You got me now?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay. So I just wanted to rewind real quick. You were talking about as far as the number 6 and you going into a bar and kind of shopping by ABV.
Mm-hmm.
Get the alcohol on the 6. That's 4.7.
Mm-hmm.
That's lighter than some blonde ales out there, you know? So again, but it's got that dark color in it. So I like where you're going, Alex, with asking him if he's changing his mind now about, like, you know, opening up and trying other styles, especially if, you know, when you look at a beer like that, that's 4.7, it's dark, and look how easy it drinks. So
yeah, I honestly hope the great friends are learned. I know you're not drinking it as you're watching this at home or wherever you're watching the show, but I hope that, like, seeing Scott and seeing JB like get their eyes open to these beers, it's not as intimidating as you might think, because I think a lot of people get intimidated by this stuff.
Well, what's this next one?
I put my full force and respect and taste buds behind this number 6. If you head over to Fall Brewing, get this, and if you don't like it, I'm not going to pay you for not liking it. You're just an idiot, because this is delicious.
All right, well, let me go to the last beer before we run out of time. This is called Intensified, and it says an orange cranberry kettle sour. Is this a beer?
Yes. So it is a sour beer. Traditionally, a lot of these kettle sours are lower alcohol. They're in the high 3s, low 4s. This, one of the lighter drinking beers we're having today, is actually the highest alcohol. This is a 7% beer. It's been soured with lactobacillus, the same thing that makes yogurt or, you know, milk. We do boil that out of there, and then we continue to ferment it on, and then we add cranberry puree and dehydrated orange, because we figured that's a very holiday, you know, this actually came out right around Thanksgiving time. So this would be a real good light, bright, but 7% beer to have with holiday flair. But there's some tartness to it, still dry. You get that nice cranberry fruitiness, and the orange just hits you on the back.
See, Scott, you're not alone. I would never order a sour, ever.
Oh, this hit me. It made me.
Yeah,
like
this woke me up. I love this. I don't know if I could drink.
It's like juice.
Yeah, I don't know how much of it I can drink, but I love it.
I feel like I would get wasted off of that.
But that's just it. It's like you think to yourself, like, if you had a 6-pack of beer and you could drink the whole 6-pack of beer, this is so flavorful. Could I drink more than one of these?
Won't know until you try.
No, please
until
don't
you try.
drink a 6-pack of anything.
It is interesting that you say that, and I use it a lot in my daily selling and sales. One of the things that is, I would say, part of our ethos is Fall Brewing Company. We want to be that brewery where you drink one of our beers and you want another one. You know, if you buy a 6-pack, you're tended to have, 4 or 5. You know, that's always what we want to be. We never are trying to be the most bitter or the highest alcohol or the most dank, or, there's some breweries out there that are kind of on the extreme end. And we want to be well-balanced, clean beer that you just say, wow, this fits my style and I want a lot of it.
So as we run out of time, where can people get the beer besides Fall in North Park? Where are you guys at so people can go try this stuff, which I highly recommend to everybody?
All these beers, I will have to say, the canned beers that we do are fairly limited because we don't have a canning line. We use mobile canning, and we do all of our limited beers. So the 6 is a one-time beer. That's our 6th anniversary beer. We might do a black lager again, but never that beer again. Same thing with Intensified. We'll do another sour beer, but not this beer exactly. The Nutmeg Beautiful Wife has been a hit for us, so you'll see it from time to time. And one of the reasons I featured it is because we literally canned this beer yesterday. Ooh. But go to your better liquor stores, bottle shops. You can find our beer at Barron's. You can find our beer at Whole Foods. You can find our beer, some of our more core beers you can find at Targets. You can get our IPAs at Vaughn's and Albertsons. But at the same time, if you want these limited beers, I would say go to your local bottle shop, your liquor stores that have good selection. Me and our distributor do a really good job of getting, several hundred cases of this beer out to the market. But again, it is kind of a hunt.
I need a 12-pack of this. I need a 12-pack of this.
That's really my
Larry,
today.
Larry, I gotta say it's a real shame that this is a one-time beer. Yeah, it's got to go into main pro.
Right. We will do a black lager again for sure.
But no, you need to do this one. This one. The Brother Man. Are y'all already abandoning the Brother Man, huh?
Well, it says anniversary right on it. Established 2014.
Listen, the best way to keep this relationship going is to have that anniversary feeling all year round, okay?
I'll put that word in. I'll tell the team that you said so.
Hey, Larry, it is great to talk to you. Congratulations to you, to Fall Brewing, for weathering this storm, for continuing to thrive throughout. Larry, it's a pleasure to have you on, and good luck to Fall Brewing.
Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, right on, brother. Thank you.